right guys, so it's Monday. We've got 5 days left. Is that right? How many days is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right, I was right. Cool. Still have a good bit left to do on the car, but I have accomplished a lot. Just wanted to stop and update you guys since it's been so hectic around here. But fortunately, the ECU showed up today via FedEx, even though the tracking looked really fishy. Now we have a new fiasco. So USPS has lost the engine harness. Yeah. I kind of had a plan to recoup from the ECU. There's some other cars here. I could have flashed the chip for the key for the mobilizer from another car and got around and at least made it to California, had the car tuned again. But unfortunately, there's not really a backup plan for the harness, and I don't have another harness. But I do want to thank Eric at Guilty Garage again for getting the harness done so quickly and getting it back out to me. But it should have been here today. UPS or USPS has not scanned it in 4 days, and I checked with my friend at the post office, and he said, I can't really see any more than you can see. It looks like it was in Knoxville last, and I'm like, well, that's where it started, so that means it hasn't gone anywhere. Coincidentally, I have another shipment with just some small parts for the car, like some light bulbs and stuff like that, that has gotten into the same missing container that the package with the wiring harness has ended up on. So, but for now, I'm just gonna keep working on the car. That's really all I can do, and hope for the best. We still have 5 days left. Trying to be as optimistic as possible. So, but let me show you guys what I've gotten done. I have gotten the side skirts on the car now. We've got door handles put in, trim, molding, glass. I think you guys already saw the glass. Now I have the interior assembled, with the exception of the driver door panel, which I put a new window regulator in there. And apparently you can adjust the windows like inward and outward from the body, like this way. And the regulator that I put in it came out of the Roadster, and I think the Roadster roof is angled a little bit differently. So I'm waiting to put that on till I get the 8-pillar garnishes back on, which hopefully will be tomorrow, and get the weather stripping so we can make sure that it seals up good. And then really all that's left is just the shifter stuff. So the interior is pretty much tied up. I got the spoiler on, finally. It came in from Taiwan. I wasn't really sure if it was gonna show up or not, but it actually shipped pretty quick. Earlier today, Johnny came and helped me. We put the all the liners, just the little rear ones to help the bumper stay in one piece. Got the fender liners in the front. Went ahead and put the rest of the hardware to the skirts on. I did spend a little time, since I was waiting on the ECU and stuff. I can't put the engine in yet without the harness. I could, but it'd be very difficult to put the harness on properly afterwards, so I'm trying to wait for that. But I had to do a few things to get the HR swap to work in here, and I haven't been able to put the motor in yet. But just comparing between the two cars, I've had to swap things like the AC lines, so a lot of the power steering components, and then actually had to drill this hole here. This one exists on the DE frame rail, but that one doesn't, and this is where the airbox sits down. You know, on the DE, you've got this spot over here where it just snaps into place. So since we have two air boxes, the power steering reservoir where it was mounted there, we had to move it over, move one of the grounds, and drill the holes and just get all that stuff sorted. The line coming out of the power steering pump is different, so it's been a pretty good bit of adapting that I didn't anticipate, but there's not a lot of information on the internet about this. So yeah, so at this point, like, I've got some small things. I put plugs in the other day. I still have to do the clutch and flywheel, and I think it will be just about ready to go in. We'll have to put the harness on obviously first, and yeah, so it's kind of like coming down to the last few things, but now we're waiting on parts again. So I really hope that the wiring harness shows up in time. I'm just going to continue working on the car and assume that it is. The guys at the post office said this happens, and it's not uncommon. It doesn't look like it's missing. It just looks like it hasn't been scanned for a few days. Maybe it's sitting on a trailer somewhere at a yard that they haven't gotten to, which doesn't make much sense to me, but really all I can do is just check and keep checking and hoping. So Yeah, but for now, I'm gonna get back to work on the car. I still have a lot of little small things to tie up on the body, and I think Carl's gonna come out here, and Andy's gonna come over a little later, and yeah, so let's get to it. All right, so now I'm just gonna get the rear main swapped out, and oh, hey Carl. All right, here you go.
Andy's here.
Oh, really? Andy's here?
He's out there riding a scooter, look. Yeah. Good old Andy.
All right, here you go.
Oh. Are you getting that pilot bearing out?
No, I got the, actually I got it earlier. I forgot to film that though.
What?
Sorry. So I went and got the tool from O'Reilly that they ordered. I took it back already. It was just a rental tool, but it was messed up. Somebody had to use it in like the teeth, you know, they're supposed to be square to like hook onto it and pull it off. They were rounded.
Where's the,
and
where's the old one?
Oh, it's in there in the garage. But I got it out, and I got the new manual pilot bushing in, and now I got to do the rear main seal, and we can go ahead and put the clutch and flywheel on. And I think other than the harness, the motor will be ready to go in.
All right. So. And folks, if you want to leave a comment below telling Jeff, shame on you for not filming it, because he struggled with it. He first tried it with some good old wheat bread that I had, and that was no bueno. So no bueno. We even watched some Helmet Hairr videos to try to see if there's another way.
Well, I actually did the same thing that Bree's dad did, like where he took the, I had the same tool, and you know where it was split, he took the screwdriver and like wedged it down in there to like make it grab a little bit more.
I'm going to put this in here because the point of reference where it's putting pressure on these teeth is all the way from up here. So I'm going to stick this in here and wedge it inside the bushing down here, so it doesn't allow the teeth to retract when I pull against it.
And that's actually what it took to get it out. So yeah, thanks Bree and your dad.
Papa Lynch.
Yeah, really, because it saved me today for sure.
Cool. YouTubers helping YouTubers.
They have a tool like a seal puller tool, but this is how I've always done it. You just have to be really careful not to go that direction with the screwdriver, because it'll gouge the sealing surface.
Okay.
So we got a little oil behind there.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, there's normally oil hiding behind the seal, yeah.
I wasn't sure by your demeanor.
Yeah, with the series of events that has happened this week, or I say this week, it's Monday, but it's felt like a whole week.
The week is still young, Jeff. The week is still young.
Don't talk like that. You know, at least there's a car sitting here that looks, you know, other than the parts not being here,
great.
It looks like realistic to have the car finished.
Right.
So that makes me feel good. I just hope that the
it's like it feels like we're only just a step away.
Right. I'm afraid that, you know, when I get done, I have to go charge the AC back up because of the new HR AC stuff, and then possibly realign it because it has like a track car alignment on it. We're going like 1,800 miles. I don't know if I can run an 1/8 inch toe out. Hey, if anybody's watching that knows, it's gone long distance. I'm going to reach out to a few people before we leave and see what they think that have done it. But if anybody knows and has gone long distance with a track, you know, aggressive like 1/8 inch toe out front end on their track car, let me know if that's going to chew through my tires or not. Hopefully it doesn't. Yeah. Hopefully that's not a problem.
Maybe some of those driftweed people will know.
I can get it on the alignment rack if I need to, but it would be nice to have one less thing after all the things that we've already had to do. You know, at least this one's not like the DE where it has that big retainer that you have to unbolt and reseal. It's got that little paper gasket behind it.
The JZ.
Well, you have to take the lower and upper oil pan off to change it too.
Oh, wow. So another advantage to go in HR.
Other than not having to change your motor every like 3 track days. If anybody's watching that has a DE that made it more than 3 track days without blowing up, I don't even want to hear it. I did not have the same luck.
I think what Jeff's really trying to say is if you've gone longer than in what you say 3 track days?
Yeah.
If you go along with 3 track days, you're just not drifting hard enough.
I wasn't gonna just call everybody out like that, but
I will. I have no problem calling people out like that.
I will say this. I was being pretty mean to this thing. Or not this one, but the one that was in there. Yeah. I was not being nice to it. Hopefully we can be mean to this one and it'll be good to us.
We won't be mean to it on the way out there, though. We'll wait till we get there. Oh, okay.
Don't tell me how to act. Isn't there like a little, at like a truck stop, some other YouTubers were like going around this little teepee halfway out there? Was it like New Mexico or something? So now it's time to put the clutch and flywheel on. Oh, look at this. Installation and torque specs. Nice. That's super helpful. I had my phone out ready to look that up. Thank you, Jim Wolf Technology. Install the dowels in the holes marked A.
I don't think I got you sweeping, but I'm getting you moving bolts and stuff.
Yeah.
Basically cleaning your surface.
I did sweep today. I swept the whole shop out to get all the dead beetles that keep accumulating in here.
Except I see all these over here.
Well, I haven't moved that stuff yet. Look at this. It's got Cosmoline on it so it doesn't rust in shipping or if it's stored for a long time.
What did someone say in the comments, Jeff, about the brake clean?
I was spraying it like it was the shop's brake clean.
It is the shop's. It's the SuperFreeStyle shop.
Yeah. I think it's like $20 for a case from O'Reilly through my shop account, so you know.
12 cans for 20 bucks?
Oh, I think I spent $6 cleaning the motor, maybe $8.
I have no idea if that's good or bad.
Well, I mean, considering I didn't have to move it up there and get the purple power out and get the water hose out and make a big mess and tape everything up.
Okay.
Yeah, pick your battles.
Yeah.
Money over time in that situation.
Like, where's our effing harness battle?
Yes. Well, I didn't pick that battle.
That battle picked you?
That battle picked me, unfortunately.
Looks very shiny.
All right, I'm gonna let you finish it up. I'm going outside to get some rest.
All right, Andy, it's all you.
All right. Where's those instructions?
Yeah.
It's my show now.
I'm the captain. I am the show host.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
These are my brand new OEM factory flywheel bolts. Never before used.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah, totally.
Now what?
Don't question me. All right. So for some reason it says to bolt the flywheel on and torque it to 70 first, then remove the bolts, I guess one at a time probably, and put Loctite on them and torque them back to 70 to 75. Let me get a paint pen so we can keep up with which ones we did. So in a few seconds here, we're gonna find out whether my research was right or not about the flywheel bolts being the same for a DE and an HR, because these definitely came off of a DE.
The plot thickens.
If it was Toyota, you know, just magic.
Because everything just fits from one car to another in Toyota.
Right. Thank you, Toyota. No thank you, Nissan.
Oh, you want to put an engine from a 2002 into a 1975?
Oh
no
yeah,
problem.
if it was a Toyota, and it was the same family or same engine code, you know it was gonna bolt up.
Yeah.
But in this case, like, they shouldn't have even called this a VQ. This should have been like a, what comes after? It can't be a VR because that's a thing. This is the VS.
It's the VS.
It's a VHS. It's a cassette.
Yes, look, it's not dual overcam, it's dual tape deck. Too much?
Where are the push rods? Where are the other 2 cylinders? All right, it's got, you remember on the G35, we had to make sure that the it was lined up, clocked right for this little trigger wheel.
Well, you keep telling me.
So on this one, well, on the stock flywheel, there's like an extra hole in between each one. But on the aftermarket ones, you can't, I mean, you could mess it up if you weren't paying attention, but as long as you line that hole up with the little locator pin, then you're good. Got my T55 Torx. Okay, so Andy, if you'll give me a hand, this breaker bar over here, went too far. Getting ahead of myself here.
Turn it to 11.
Okay. It's usually Carl that's turning it up too much.
Turn down for what? The song was not played due to copyright issues.
It's got those washers under it too. I think they got a little friction coating on them. So it's really letting it get. Yeah.
Pull it like a tiger.
Damn. It's hot out here.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
I don't know about all that. Okay, now we gotta take him back out.
And then put Loctite on it, then put it back.
I need another breaker bar now.
It's got it locked. Locked and loaded. That little breaker bar just now?
Mm-hmm. Let me get this out of the way. Because we're done going that direction now. I wonder who they get to make these for. All right, guys, now when you put your clutch on, you want to make sure you got the springs, the bulging part facing away from the flywheel, not towards the flywheel, Philip Bomarito. I mean, did I say that out loud? Like, everything was going so nicely, and then he started putting the clutch on. I'm like, now it's just using a bunch of trash, leftover parts. It says use red Loctite for these.
What?
I have no idea. I'm going to since it says it, but I feel like I should run them all down and then do them one at a time just like we did the others, because
Does it say
I
that?
say that. No, it doesn't say to do it. At least got them in place. I wish I would have known that before I put them all in. Okay. Should have read the instructions first instead of after. Just played itself.
I was having trouble reading
I should have gone ahead before I put this on and locked and torqued that bolt. I still can. I can still take these back off. This Loctite's not going to dry too quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we might as well do that.
I would feel better about it.
One less thing you gotta worry about later.
So you brought the old school laptop out here, huh?
All right, so you remember a couple years ago when Nissan made everybody take the factory service manuals off the internet, or they were going to sue them?
Yeah.
So I can't find it.
So it's on this computer somewhere.
I have it. Yeah, I saved it before that happened. So I looked up, and the crank pulley bolt is the same for VQD, VQHR, even the VR. So the bolt is the size and the length, and the thread pitch is going to determine how much torque it gets. So the spec will be the same for all those motors. So I'm going to pull up I know I have the DE manual saved on here. Okay, so 29 to 36 foot-pounds, then put a paint mark on the pulley aligning the mark on the bolt, then turn it further by 60 to 65 degrees. Target is 60 degrees.
How do you measure? Like, let me get out my protractor.
I think I actually have one in my Jeep.
So we're going to go 36 plus 60 degrees. Okay, that's it.
That's quick.
Yeah, honestly.
So why am I holding this socket?
Oh, because I don't want to mix it up with the other one.
Okay. You reload it. 33 foot-pound.
Right. Okay.
You done?
Yeah, that's it. The car's done. Let's go to California. Woo! I wish.
I'm saying, are we done with the clutch and flywheel stuff for tonight?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think,
So that ends today's video?
does it?
I don't know.
Do you need to do anything else?
There's always more to do, but
Yeah.
for this video.
All right, yep. That's it, people.
Peoples?
Yep, peoples. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Camera's this way, Beth.
Oh.
This way.
Goodbye. Have a beautiful time.